Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider of the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside April Howdy, and what a weekend for you guys. You go on the road and you sweep it and you win the Maroon and White Classic, the tournament down at Mississippi State. So I know it's got to be a lot of smiles around Tiger volleyball right now.
Yeah, it's always fun to win. And that's what I told the girls. Winning is fun. You know, and I think we played really well on the weekend, which was also exciting. Every weekend we've improved statistically. So to see where our team is going and coming into our fourth weekend is definitely exciting. I
know those first two tournaments, you felt you had played fairly well. Maybe got off to some slow starts, went 1 and 2 in those first two tournaments. But I know last week when we talked, you knew that you were right there.
Right, and we stressed that to our team, and I think that when you look, 3 out of our 4 losses were in 5-game matches that we knew we were very close. And if we could just keep building on our side of the ball and really kind of focus in on what we were doing, that we knew we would do well. You know, our goal was to win every first set of the match. We did that. Our goal was to go 4-0, and we did that. So, I mean, I think, again, we met those goals this weekend. The girls were really excited about it.
You started off early Friday against Nicholls State. You won that one 3-0, and that's kind of probably what got the momentum rolling for the weekend.
Yeah, it was good, but I mean, Mississippi State was actually our weakest match. I mean, nothing against them. They had some, actually some different lineup things than we've seen. They've had some players out. So they had 2 different players in we hadn't even seen yet. But we missed like 19 serves. So, because other than that, everything else, we beat them in every statistical category, but we just gave them way too many points. But the rest of the weekend, we really, shored that up, and we served great on Saturday, and that kind of put the other team, out of system, and we really rolled pretty easily to those 2 wins.
You mentioned that Mississippi State match, a 3-2 win, got your first 5-set win right there.
Yeah, and like we told the girls, there's no matter what, it's an SEC school, it's a win over an SEC team. And, I scheduled 4 of them, and I didn't schedule to almost beat them. We played them this year with that goal in mind of beating those teams. Overall, as a conference, we know we need to do that. They're getting 8 to 9 teams into the NCAA tournament. Our goal is to get multiple teams in, and our conference has some big wins over SEC schools already. And so even though Mississippi State, isn't the top 3 in that conference, a win over an SEC school definitely helps, and at the end of the season.
Friday was a special day for you guys too. Went for one individual in that first match against Nicholls State. Aleksandra Petronijevic ends up getting the school record for the all-time digs mark.
Yeah, I had something special planned for Saturday. I thought she'd break it Saturday, but she went and got 35 digs in the last match. So we took the girls out for ice cream, and we knew she was going to break it. It was inevitable, and now it's just raising the standard. I mean, the fact she broke it already and has a rest of the season, but I think it's a record that's going to stand a long time.
Never know what happens at these tournaments. You have a good first day, you're hoping that momentum carries over to the second day, and it sure did. A couple of 3-0 wins over Northwestern State and South Alabama.
Right, and every team really in the tournament has had some adversity, players out, people injured, and we were no different. But I think the way our team responded is very commendable. We've been focusing on that. We've been working a lot with a mental strength coach, Rev Kev, who I know you know.
Yeah.
And I think that those exercises really helped. Our team, we had a player out. Okay, this is what we're doing, let's make this adjustment, and we came out and we played really well. Where our opponents also had players out, and I don't think they responded great. So on the mental side of the game, it was good to see us take those steps forward and just continue to deal with adversity and go one play to the next and come out 3-0 wins in 2 sets is really great.
Now you'll head to another tough tournament at the Lady Ball Classic this week. We'll talk about that in a second, but I know this week of practice is probably key for you, and I'm sure you're approaching this as far as a mental aspect. You're talking about Rev Kev and the mental exercises because you're coming off a 4-0 weekend, and as you look back at a tournament earlier this year at 1 and 2, the season's not over. Obviously, a 4-0 weekend doesn't mean you're going to win every match. I guess you got to stem down a little bit of the excitement, let them enjoy that, but get back to work as well.
Right, and we know this weekend is key in terms of building momentum going into conference play. We want to see continual improvement, and that's what we're stressing to the girls. Our hitting percentage has gone up every weekend. Our serving is better. Our passing is better. We're seeing better performances by certain offensive players. So we want to see improvement going into this weekend as well. It's basically Groundhog's Day. We kind of have the same schedule going into this weekend, so we felt like having that this last weekend kind of prepared us. We also have to be realistic that it's 8 games in 9 days, and so we have to give the girls rest. We went really light yesterday, but we know we'll gear up the next 2 days and then give them Thursday off like we did last week and prepare to play the 4 matches.
Talk about the Lady Ball Classic a little bit. Mercer, Tennessee, Montana State, Austin, Pete. What are your thoughts on that field?
Again, it's interesting because it's very similar to what we just did. You know, I feel like we're a strong team going into this weekend, but the fact that you're playing 4 matches, you know, there are definitely no guarantees. And then to play Tennessee at their place, a night game with their crowd, you know, it's going to be exciting, and that's what we want to. You know, we're at Mississippi State. The game was on, you know, Watch ESPN. I expect the same thing when we're at UT. So to kind of get that TV atmosphere and a big game environment is what we want our girls to experience. And then we know we have a quick turnaround. We play at 7 Friday. We got to come right back. We play at 10 a.m. the next day. So I think, again, it's the mental challenge. It's how fast we can recover, how well we take care of ourselves, and really take care of business. Because when you have those scenarios, the playing field is leveled. Just because of that, your recovery time is short, and you're trying to bounce back and play right away.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the past weekend. Best
Thank
of
you.
luck this weekend.
All right, appreciate it.
As April Jauregui, I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.